You have to. When a boertjie says, Barry, wil jy brei? Môre gaan ons brei. You've got to say no. Because basically I like to eat before 11. When a boertjie sê, Barry, môre gaan ons nou brei. Brei ons, môre, dankie. Ons gaan nou brei. You automatically say yes, but you don't realize in that sentence, wil jy nou brei? Ons gaan nou brei. Dankie. Somewhere in that sentence is, we will brei after the 12 bottles of brandy. You're not sure where it is, but it's there. So you go there the next day, because you know that boertjies don't eat anything but meat, but they just graze meat. That's it. Salads, they think nothing of salads. Meat. Meat. So you go there, you haven't eaten the night before, you don't have breakfast, 3 o'clock you go in and your stomach saying, please tell me, this is the right place. Knock on the door. Oh, Barry, ons gaan nou brei weer. Toppetjie? Klein doppel, met ijs?
And of course, that's the man we know as the cousin, Barry Hilton. Nearly 30 years in the comic business. He's been tickling the funny bone for that long and has been a household name, not only in South Africa, but across the world. Barry Hilton, good morning, welcome to One Up.
Welcome, thanks very much. Nou gaan ons brei.
Let's talk about it. 30 years of stand-up comedy. Yeah. Your success with the latest show, I mean, by public demand has been extended.
It's massive.
What does it say about your style of comedy and your growing fan base?
I'm accessible to people, you know, from 8 to 80, anybody can come in. Because I talk about things that are happening in life. You know, I got a little boy, Jack, who was playing out in the road and he made a bit of a eclipse. Okay, but it's funny how kids are, and I was watching him play and he did like a meerkat thing. He was doodling along and he went, look. Then he came to me, he said to me, Daddy, I didn't poo. It came out by itself. So I'm able to see those things and turn it into comedy because that's what people are like. And when people come to my shows, well, absolutely, of course. When people come to my shows, they can relate. They go, wow, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that? So I'm very fortunate. I'm able to see things that people just don't. I'm very lucky.
You've got the new show and the public has really responded to it. It's Barry Hilton BEE, the best of everything ever. Clever play on the words, by the way.
Thank you.
Talk to me about this show and just the idea behind it, because this is really a melting pot of everything you've done. And some new stuff.
Last year, absolutely, a lot of new stuff. In fact, more new stuff than it should be, really. But last year, I went to go see the brilliant Rod Stewart with my wife. And it said there, come and watch Rod Stewart do the stuff he's been doing for 40 years. 1,500 rand a seat, I want to tell you.
Wow.
1,500 rand a seat to go see stuff that Rod Stewart had been doing for 40 years. So we went there, and I would like to tell the public out there in South Africa, I wasted 1,500 rands. No, the show was brilliant, but my wife didn't use her seat. She just, the whole day, she was just going, So I thought to myself, wow, if Rod Stewart can do it, why can't I? Because I get inundated. People say, can't you do this joke? Can't you do that joke? Can't you do this joke? Can't you do... It's just...
So you've taken all those great jokes.
Yes, and then I put them together. But what actually happens is, I take that stuff, but my mind goes on a tangent. I'm like a jazz comic. I'll start here, and I'll be talking about the hippopotamus, and then I'll somehow go to bricklaying. And then I'll go somewhere else. But I know and I come back to that, you know. So I put a lot of new things that happen all the time in my show. It works for me.
3 decades later, is your funny natural, or do you still have to work at it?
No, it's absolutely natural. If I'm, please, my cousins, be so bold. I love it. I wake up in the morning and think, wow, I've got another chance at this. This is great. I have fun. I have a lot of fun. When I work overseas, for instance, you know,
You've done 56 shows this year.
56 different shows this year to overseas people. I've been to Vegas, I've been to Hong Kong, Mauritius, I've been everywhere. Seychelles, Australia, New Zealand, on American cruise liners, I've been everywhere. So it's great. But so you have to sort of work at a style. My style is accepted by everybody. I got the best opening line in the whole world when I go overseas. Yes, I am South African. Give me your wallet. So then we talk about how South Africa is a lekker place. Yes.
The business has changed since you started.
Yes, very much so.
Way back. I mean, you started just after Mel Miller.
Yes, the great Mel Miller.
Yeah, and it's grown so much. Talk to me about those changes, because we now see comedy in vernacular as well.
Absolutely.
We see shows dedicated purely to just Goza or even Betty comic shows.
Oh, you know, when I first started, there was no social media. There was none of that. There was just, you had to go and slog it out. And I mean, I remember doing, for 4 years non-stop, doing 10 shows a week, bringing on strippers. That was my job, to compare for strippers. So, and then I couldn't get a job as a corporate comic because I work with strippers. So then I had to prove that I can work clean and I can do this and that, and that, which I always did. And then it just went like that. And then comedy then evolved. It started going forward. And I went from working out of these clubs. One day I decided I can't do this. And I booked a venue for myself. And I went into that venue. And the more people that came in, then I had to sort of think, well, I can't tell the same things over. So I created this thing for myself. I write every day. Every single day something happens and I write about it and then I just talk about it. So it's evolved. Now the other day my one boy Bradley, he's in our business. He's on that side, he's on the camera side. He actually said to me that people were sitting and they were talking and my name came up. They didn't know he's my boy. And one of the young comics said, wow, you know, Barry Hilton, he did it without social media. He did it. He was famous before Twitter. So then I have actually got a story about Twitter now. Because my son told me what we did.
You receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from your peers.
Lifetime Achievement just for staying alive this long, I think.
What does that say to you? I mean, look, at the end of the day, you didn't start this for the accolades.
No, you started because you
love it. Yeah. But what does it say about you, your craft, all these years later?
Well, it says that I'm still going and I'm actually getting more and more people. My shows are fuller and fuller, so I'm doing something right. And the fact that my peers said, hey, Barry, well done, well done. Do you know, for the first time in my life, I mean, I've been on stage thousands and thousands of times, I actually physically burst out crying. I cried. I cried. But then it was funny, in my roasting, David Cow said to me in my roasting, Barry Hilton, I can't believe it that you win an award and you cry on television. And I said, I cried, David, because you were in the audience and you now found out where I live. So I have to keep that audience.
Talk to me quickly. You want some tickets tonight? Where do you have to go? What do you have to do?
Well, I've only got tickets for the 6 o'clock show, I'm afraid. It's a CompuTicket, or you can go to Gold Reef. But it's been sold out. Thanks very much. I mean, it's completely sold out. There's not a space in sight. But 6 o'clock, we have a smidgen of tickets left. And that's it. And then I'm off to Swakopmund, and then I'm off to Hong Kong.
Over 180 shows this year. That is comedy legend Barry Hilton talking to us about his show Barry Hilton BEE, which has been extended at the Lyric Theatre with the final show tonight. You heard there's a smidgen of tickets available for the 6 o'clock show. The tickets are available at CompuTicket, or you can log on to www.goldreefcity.coza to find out more about the show, the details, and everything else. You just want to pop one with you?
Yes, or they can go onto my Facebook site, Barry Hilton official Facebook, and beg me for tickets. They won't get it, but I just like the fact that they're begging me. Just beg me for tickets.
That's so harsh. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Let us know what you think. You've seen the show. Morning live at sabc.co.za today.